Hi, this is Once to Watch Chef's Choice. I'm Abby Kenna. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jack Boyd.
And here we are. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you for having me.
Totally. We just learned that you're not LA based.
Yes.
But you're Austin, Texas based.
Correct.
Did you grow up there?
So I grew up in Texas.
Okay.
I was born in Nashville, but yeah, I grew up in like the hill country of Texas. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I love
You
that
wouldn't know.
description.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know it. So
No, I wouldn't. I have never been to the South, actually.
okay.
I guess
I don't know. It has its things about it that are cool, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Totally. I mean, I feel like that's a very particular influence of music.
Absolutely.
To have grown up around.
Totally.
Probably a lot of like folk Americana.
Yeah, a lot of Americana. Like my parents love Jackson Brown, James Taylor. So like,
Ooh,
yeah,
that's
constantly
good.
around that.
Awesome. And your parents, are they in music?
They are, yeah. They're
Oh,
both
cool.
musicians, yeah. So
I'm like, if you're into Jackson Brown and James Taylor, like you have to be.
totally, yeah. It's very much like a musician's musician.
I love
So,
that.
yeah.
Very cool. And then you lived in LA for a year, you said?
I did, yes. Like I want to say 5 years ago or something, but yeah.
What was that just like a trying it out?
Yeah, it was kind of like my partner is a
Who is
photographer.
lovely, by the way.
She's
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a photographer, fellow creative.
Awesome.
So it made sense for her and made sense for me at the time, but I wasn't nearly as established in my, artistry. So
yeah.
yeah, we just kind of tried it out. She did some amazing things and I just chilled. So
And
yeah.
you did not amazing things.
I didn't do non-amazing things, but I didn't do
Yeah.
amazing things either. So yeah,
I'm sure you're being humble.
I don't know,
Oh.
but yeah,
And what are you doing back in LA now?
I'm just hanging out. I'm doing some sessions. Yeah, really just flying by the seat of my pants. So
Yeah. Are you working with like producers and stuff out
yeah,
here?
a little bit. Yeah, Will is kind of setting it up for me. Because like I said, I don't know too many people. I'm not super connected in the scene. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's been gracious enough to make those things happen, and I'm just following his lead.
He seems like a good person to lead. He
He is.
walked in the door with the
He's a-
Celsius in hand. And
He's a leader, and we keep him caffeinated in order to lead.
right.
So
And I'm the same way. So I,
Yeah.
I respect his grind.
yeah, absolutely.
How does the vibe of LA compare to the Austin scene?
Are
Are they
I don't
even
know.
comparable?
I think they are. I mean, like Austin has its like big city vibe to it. I mean, like there is creative stuff going on. There's an art scene. There's
Okay.
amazing bands that come out of there. But for what I do, being like production, doing a lot of production and like being more like in the box,
hmm
it's kind of hard to have that community in Austin. There's not like a lot of producers. You can't like go out there and book 20 sessions with producers. So that's different. But for like live bands and all that stuff, I would say it's great.
Sure. I bet like going to any bar is like
Oh
an
yeah,
amazing
you
band
go to any
playing.
bar, yeah. There's great bands, great live music. So
Right. And you're a producer as well
I
as
am.
being an artist.
Mhm.
Are you producing your own stuff?
I am, yeah. All my own
Okay.
stuff is produced. Yeah, I really just started doing it because I didn't know anyone that knew how to do it, and I was like, I mean, I'm broke, so I can't pay for it.
Totally.
So yeah, I just like circumstantially was like, I guess I'll learn, and
Forced into
yeah,
it.
I was
It's
forced
that or
into it,
stop.
but I love it. So it was the best thing that could have happened.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing music then?
I've been playing music since I was like 3.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
So just ever.
Just forever, yeah. I didn't really have a choice. Like my parents didn't have to force me into it, but it was always there.
Right.
So I was just like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Part of the culture, I guess.
Totally.
When did it
Absolutely.
shift from being like just something that was around to being a career path then?
I don't know. I mean, like, I think from an early age, I knew that I definitely wanted to pursue that. But as I'm sure you know, it's pretty hard to feel reassured that you're actually even like doing anything, because
Yup.
as the music industry goes, it's just so slow and like it's hard to see your wins.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think for a long time I was like, I'm absolutely only going to do music, but it's a slow process. So
It's slow, and it seems that the industry only gets harder to like see some tangible growth.
absolutely, yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I was very young when like Instagram came about, but
Same.
now with like TikTok, oh,
it's crazy. And it's like I feel like I would think we are probably the right age to like navigate that, but I still feel I'm like I don't know how to use TikTok. Like I'm not good at it. So
I went to school for like not for social media, but I did a lot of it in
Oh,
school.
okay.
So I'm like, I should know how to do it
Yeah,
and like have cracked the code by now.
sure. It's so ever changing. It's
Haven't.
like I mean, like we have a friend that works at TikTok. I'm like, what's the
Yeah, what's
secret?
good?
But she doesn't even know. So I don't think anyone knows.
Great.
But
It's not up to us, it
yeah,
seems.
yeah.
How has the TikTok journey been for you? Or social media in general, I should
Hmm.
say.
I think Instagram is cool. I love Instagram.
Yeah.
Like I like, I like that it's a little less casual maybe than TikTok is at sometimes.
Yeah.
So I like that it feels a little bit more like I'm sharing art. Like when I post on
Mhm.
Instagram, it's like, oh, I'm posting about my music, or I'm posting about like a song coming out. It feels like I'm able to just like be an artist on Instagram.
Yeah, it's like a portfolio kind of, the way I
Totally.
see it.
Totally. And the James Blake thing that just came out, that's really a perfect example of like,
Mhm.
I think how I feel about TikTok too. It's like, I know that I'm not good at social media, but I feel like I'm, I guess, okay at music. So it's like,
Oh,
can't
come
I
on.
just like I just want to do the one thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, but that's how it is. So
it's tough.
I got to figure it out, I guess.
Gotta figure it out. It seems it's a never-ending
Yeah.
journey. You finish promoting one song and have to think about the
Yeah.
next.
On to the next.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, if someone had never heard your music before, what would be the appetizer to you? Where would you want them to start?
I would say Bad Parts, which
Okay.
coincidentally was the first single that I've released.
Mhm.
Um,
And that's the name of the EP you just dropped
yeah, the
too,
name of the
right?
EP. Yeah, correct.
I'll forget the bad parts if you remember them. I'll forget the bad parts if you remember them.
Yeah, I don't know. I made that song a long time ago, probably like 3 years ago at this point.
Wow, that's a decent amount of time.
Yeah, it's been a while, and I made it in like a day, and then I haven't touched it since. Like
Whoa.
the way it came out was the way that it's been.
Okay.
But yeah, for some reason it just always, as I'm sure you can probably relate with, like you sit with music for long enough and you're just like over it. Like you hate it at some point.
Mhm.
But I just continuously loved it, and it just felt really like a moment in time that I didn't mean to capture, but it just
Yeah.
happened. So yeah, I think I would feel confident being like, this is
That's great.
me.
Yeah, I mean, sonically and like contextually, I guess, like with the lyrics,
Sure.
does it also feel like it represents you, or is it more of just
Absolutely.
that like gut feeling?
Yeah, no, I think, sometimes it's like lyrics are just such a complex situation, at least for me. Like sometimes it can be so just easy, like something is just coming to you. But I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I just accidentally wrote about a moment in time that felt um, like it always, what is the word I'm looking for? It was always impactful, even past that
Okay.
moment. It still represented many moments in time.
Like
for
transcendental. Yeah.
exactly everything, everywhere, all at once. Kind
All
of
of those
thing.
things.
Yeah.
Do your songs usually come out like that, like all in one day, or what does the process look like for you?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of depends. Like, I think my roots are like just sitting down and writing a song on guitar.
Mhm.
And that's mostly my favorite way to do it, just because I feel like it's my most honest way of creating a song.
Yeah.
And then I'll take that and like produce it out.
Okay.
But there have been some songs that I'll just like make a track. I'm just sitting down, like fucking around. Oh, sorry, messing around.
You're
on,
fine to
um,
curse.
I'm just fucking around on my computer, like making a beat.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, this would be cool with vocals, and I'll add something. But it feels a little more disconnected that way. Like it's not as genuine of a, but there's different times for different things.
Yeah, no, I honestly feel the same way. I went to school for music.
Oh, okay,
and
amazing.
We would have projects where like sometimes you would have to start with the top line and then someone else would like write the music.
Gotcha.
And I could never feel connected to it when I had to like write over a
Sure,
track. I don't
totally.
know why, but like
Yeah.
it feels so much more organic
Absolutely.
to do both at the same time.
Yeah. Well, that
Or-
seems like a really great practice that like
It was.
honestly kind of was reassuring to me when you said that, because
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes there's a wrong way of doing things, even though there's not, obviously, but
Yeah.
it's easy to get in your head and be like, well, this just like makes sense. But
Right. I mean, you're like, I'm a songwriter. I should be able to do it
Right.
in whatever
This-
method. But
right.
I don't know. Some people do it like all at once in the dot. Like we just talked to someone earlier and she was like, I never write unless I'm also producing it at
Wow.
the same time.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's, I mean, whatever
But
works for you, but yeah, that seems hard for me
yeah,
at least.
no, same. But I'm curious about what inspired you to write Bad Parts in the moment then.
Like the song or the EP as a whole or what?
The song, but then I'd love to hear about why you chose that to name the EP as
Yeah,
well.
sure. To be honest, it's kind of hard to think back on it because it was, like I said, like probably 3 years ago, and I just have horrible memory.
Okay.
But
Well, what does it mean to you now then?
I think generally it's just being maybe like over empathetic
Mhm.
and struggling with that, like feeling so much at times that you don't really want to feel anything at all. And I think that that's a very umbrella term that
Mhm.
a lot of people could connect to. So yeah, I think that's just maybe that's why it still resonates with me, is it kind of has like a worldly message about it that
Yeah.
always rings true.
Right. It's not even about feeling one thing in
Yeah.
particular. It's like feeling anything
Yeah,
too
anything.
much.
Right, in any capacity.
Yeah. So does that sort of represent the way that the EP is trying to come across as well?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think naturally I tend to gravitate towards like cute sounding music, whether that's
Okay.
like the way I process guitars or like I sing very delicately, just
Mhm.
that's just, how I do it or whatever. So I think I like the fact that naturally I'm having these what feel like complex, deep emotional feelings, but then I'm able to just present it with this sort of like cute, everything's fine and everything sounds happy sort of contradiction. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I love a good like double-edged sword
Yeah.
moment where like you're not listening to the lyrics and you're like, "Oh, what a great song." And then
Exactly.
you tap in, you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh."
It's almost like you're creating a song that can be ingested for different moods at different times. Like it could be a happy
Totally.
song, but it could be a sad song if you like think about it enough. So
Yeah, I love when all of a sudden the song that you've been listening to like on repeat all week just shifts.
yeah, it just like hits different. You're like, what is going on?
Yeah, like you were listening to it with your windows down for the whole week
Yeah.
and then you look at the lyrics
Yeah.
too hard.
Yeah. And then the next time you're just crying and it's
yeah, but I don't know. I think the way that Bad Parts like is transcendental to you, I love when music is like that too.
Yeah,
Like you can apply
absolutely.
it to whatever moment in your
Totally.
life, you just like it.
Yeah. And not to say that like I love songs for certain times, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, it's cool. It was accidental, I think. I didn't mean to, but
Yeah, you happened upon it.
yeah, it worked out that way. So
Yeah. Well, congrats on the new EP.
thank you so
Speaking
much.
of,
Thank you.
yeah, and I'm curious what our entree would be. The sort of like meat of who you are right now in this era of your
Sure.
music.
Like a specific song maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. It would maybe have to be an unreleased song.
Okay, please, yeah.
You want me to just like tell you
Yeah.
about the song?
I would love
So just a song I made recently. I wrote it about my parents' dog.
This is such a common theme in artists and I kind of love it. Everyone has a song about their dog.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And I have my own dog. We have our own dog.
Okay.
And we love him to death, but his name like didn't fit.
What's his name?
His name is Sebastian or
Oh, that's
Seb, which is
tough.
like, an amazing name, but like
Yeah.
it's lengthy and it's kind of hard to fit in there.
It's mouthy, yeah.
So her name's Fiona. And I was like, I think in my head, I just wanted to make like a 90s, like the typical, like it's someone's name and it just sounds romantic. And it's
Yeah.
like, so yeah, I just was like writing it about her being a dog. And I was like, this is kind of crazy. I kind of love this.
That's great.
Fiona, where are ya? You keep me up all night. I try to picture you here, but still you're outside. Fiona, there's nothing going on. Fiona.
So yeah, I don't really know why, other than the fact that I just love the vibe of it. And
Uh-huh.
I think it represents a side that maybe I haven't shown yet in the Bad Parts EP, which is very like literal songs, I guess you could say. It's
Okay.
straightforward to some degree, whereas this is kind of like you wouldn't necessarily know that it's a song about a dog unless
I was
I
gonna
told you.
ask.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like that. For me, maybe it feels like I'm trying to flex a little bit. I'm trying to do something I haven't done. So yeah,
I mean,
and
what's
it's just
the
new.
point?
So
Yeah,
I
and
like
it's
it.
new.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe it's to flex, but I think it's cool to be trying new things.
Totally,
It's like
yeah.
it sucks to get in a rut of the same vibe for
Absolutely.
every song.
Absolutely.
But you said it has like 90s influences.
Yeah, totally.
I totally hear that throughout the music
Yes,
that's out.
for
And I'm
sure.
curious about what kind of music influences you.
Yeah. It's weird because it's like I feel like I claim influences from music that I don't even necessarily listen to a lot.
Mm.
Like I'll listen to 90s music, but not in the way of like I wouldn't say I have like a favorite 90s artist, but I love the aesthetics of 90s music. So it's like
Okay.
I love the way 90s drums are processed. I love that like dusty breakbeat stuff.
Yeah.
But then I love how they'll like have like an acoustic guitar in there with it. And then like so I like the elements of 90s music.
Mhm.
But as far as like a songwriter, you know, I don't even think I'd be able to claim that because like I didn't grow up listening to 90s music. Like
I feel like you can claim
You
it
think so?
still.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting. Sometimes I'll go and like look at artists' tour playlists on their Spotify to see like what they're listening to on
Oh,
the
that's
road.
interesting. Yeah.
And it's never music that sounds like what they're making,
Got you.
but you can kind of like pull bits and pieces from the influences.
Mhm.
And I don't know, if you listen to 90s stuff and like you're just like, shit, I want to make a song like
Yeah.
that. Doesn't mean you have to be running it
Totally.
down. all
Yeah,
day.
exactly. Like diehard 90s fan.
Yeah. I love the word dusty to describe the
Yeah.
drums. That's so accurate.
I don't know why. Like I feel like I say that a lot, but yeah, dusty. They just sound I don't know.
Because it's not
dusty.
retro
Yeah,
and it's also
right.
not like gritty. It's just a little like
Yeah.
from the back of a record store.
Exactly. And maybe that's what it is. It's like a lot of sampling of live drums and it
Oh,
gives
yeah.
it that like, you know, choppy feel. So yeah, dusty.
Dusty. No,
Dusty.
it's cool. So you
Dang.
have this like 90s influence.
Mhm.
And then on some of the songs, like Sweep, I feel like, or
Mhm.
sorry,
Steep.
Steep. Sorry,
That's very similar.
me not being
That's
able to
okay.
speak on
That's
an
all right.
interview.
Sweep is cool. I feel like I should have named it that.
Sweep?
Yeah.
No. I feel like you have some of that like folkier
Totally.
Americana vibe on
Absolutely.
there too.
Something's changed. You don't make the same mistakes. Just let me breathe. I've had all day to set it deep.
Yeah. I mean, even if I wanted to get away from it, I don't think I could. It's just embedded.
It's ingrained.
It's
in
ingrained.
you.
So, but yeah, I think that's sort of where I found my sound was like, I love folk music. You know, I love the song structure of folk songs, but I like 90s music. So I want to push it into this, you know, I want to be able to like genre bend.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, I mean, it's really just fucking around, having fun. So
Fucking around.
fucking around.
And
Yeah.
your visuals are very cool too.
Thank you.
Yeah, we were running down your Instagram earlier.
Well, Jasmine, she takes a lot of my photos. Well, she takes all of my photos.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we collaborate on all the visuals. So
Very cool.
I wouldn't be able to do it without her.
So it's her vision then.
It's her vision, and
Cool.
it's her being able to create my vision, which wouldn't be able to be created without her. So
That's very sweet. I feel like something that I don't talk about a lot is like how sort of like out of body it is to give yourself over to like a photographer
Absolutely.
or a stylist in any
Mhm.
way. My roommate has been taking all of my pictures lately.
oh wow,
Which is super nice, but
Yeah.
every time he like goes to do my makeup, I'm like, I don't see the vision.
sure,
I hate this. I don't know who I am.
totally,
So to have someone who can like see past your like insecurities and
absolutely,
almost like distrust of
yeah,
yourself,
totally,
that's super cool that you guys have that.
yeah. I'm super thankful, and like it's I honestly forgot what I was gonna say as I
And
was
that's
talking,
okay.
but yeah, it's awesome, and I'm really thankful for it.
That's very sweet.
But yeah, I don't know.
How
I
did
wish
you
I could
guys
remember.
meet?
So I moved to Nashville, Tennessee my senior year. And we just met through like mutual friends and
Nice.
just never weren't together
Nice.
after that. So yeah.
Wait, senior year of college or high school?
Oh, sorry. Senior year of high school. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a long ass time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you go to college?
I did not. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about it?
Um, when I was young, I had this like obsession with, what is it called? The one that's in Boston.
Berkeley.
Berkeley, yeah.
That is
Berkeley.
where I went.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, congrats. I mean, like,
Oh,
it's
thanks.
super hard to get in there, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it is. That's awesome. Good for you. I always wanted to go there. I don't even know why, but I think it was just the only music school I knew about.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go, but then I quickly realized that I was so bad at school and like it wasn't going to happen. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I will say 99% of the people I know at Berkeley were some of the worst students I've ever met
Really?
in my life.
Wow. Well, that's kind of reassuring, I guess.
Yeah. I was like big old nerd and I like powered my way
That's
through
awesome.
it, but
I've always been jealous of people that were like good at school.
thanks.
Yeah.
I think my like executive planning has been ingrained in my head since I
Got
was
you.
like 8 years old.
Well, that's a
so
great
I didn't
skill.
choose that.
Yeah. That's a
It
good
just
skill.
happened.
Just harness it. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you moved to Nashville then and you lived there for a while.
I did. Yeah. I lived there for like 4 years. And then that was when me and Jasmine moved to LA.
Okay.
hmm
Yeah, so you really can't escape the southern charm
No.
vibes of music ever.
No, I can't. Yeah. Even if I wanted to. So,
Incredible. Love
Yeah.
it. Well,
Yeah.
what kind of sounds can we expect on your upcoming music?
some more 90s influence for
Okay.
sure. I would say possibly more complex songwriting, more complex chord structure.
Complex in like in a jazzy way, in like a conceptual way.
Maybe more conceptual. Like
Okay.
I don't know any music theory like whatsoever. Like I don't even like know chords really. I just like play stuff that I think sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't even tell you like if it was jazzy, but just sort of like just a little more complex. You know what I mean? Like
Nice,
the
yeah.
same like a 90s pop song, but just like with a little bit of extra flair, I
A
guess.
little weirder.
A little weirder.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, I'm curious off of that music if there's like a bonus track, a little cherry on top dessert that you're especially excited about.
Of my music?
Yeah, coming out. Or honestly, if there's like a particular album or something that inspired your upcoming album
Yeah.
question mark?
Maybe I've been like really obsessed with the Goo Goo Dolls.
Cool.
And like I mean I feel like everyone knows their music or at least knows like one of their songs. They're legendary, but they kind of like I really have to be careful about how I say this.
Okay.
They there's sometimes with music like that where it's like really on the fine line of like being a little corny. You know what I mean? But within that, there's like so much hidden like greatness about it. So I feel like I've been getting super inspired by that. Like
Yeah.
trying to slightly get in that like corny pocket, but without being corny. So I really like that.
Yes,
sort of
and
thing.
sometimes like going overboard on the corny is what makes it
Not corny. It's like ironically corny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, we talk about her, I think, every single episode, but Chapel Roan. Are
Who?
you down with Chapel Roan?
Who is that?
She's a pop artist, so maybe outside of your realm a little bit.
Okay, I need to.
You should
Listen.
dive in
Okay.
because every single one of her songs is like campy in a different
I
way.
love that. I need to hear that.
It's so good. Like she has tell me the name of the one that she starts the show with. Phenomenon.
Okay.
Like a feminine phenomenon.
Okay, sick.
Which is just so good.
Yeah.
She's the definition of like corny to an extreme to where it's not.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to check that out.
She just leans in so incredibly hard that it's like almost like a musical theater type
Okay, sick.
campy,
Yeah.
but she's so cool.
Yeah.
Because like there's not an ounce of like unconfidence. What's
Sure,
the opposite
it's
of
like-
confidence? Why could I not think of that word?
I don't know. I would off the top of my head I'm saying unconfidence too.
Unconfidence,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's right. I think that's right.
Well, I have a couple closing questions for
Sure.
you. I'm curious if your music was a candle. I would love to know what scent you would make it.
Whoa. Okay. I feel like this is easy, but I'm
Oh.
just basing it off of like a candle smell I like anything that's like tobacco.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
a woodsy,
Campfire.
yeah, like campfirey.
Yeah.
But that's just because that's the kind of candles I like.
It honestly makes sense.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, the through line is there.
Okay, sweet.
Checks out.
Perfect.
I would also love to know what sound you're vibing with right now that is not music related. Favorite sound?
Whoa. That's crazy. I've never thought about that's such a good question.
Thanks.
Like nails like clicking on something.
Ooh,
Like
okay.
that's a really good like
ASMR.
ASMR, yeah. That's a great sound.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Giselle loves ASMR, so she can recommend
Okay,
you some
yeah.
YouTube channels.
Send me some ASMR.
I will.
Okay, cool.
Our behind the camera producer.
Always try not to butt in. I have so much to say.
And my final, very pressing question is I would love to know who your ones to watch are. So, who are you listening to that maybe I don't know and I should be listening to?
Shit. Can I like pull out my phone for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring down the
That's the other
Spotify
thing
on
is, like,
repeat.
I go in waves of like not listening to anything other than something I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
So my like music consumption is pretty like delayed.
I have a little bit of a cycle with that where I like find a song or an artist I really love and then it inspires me to write a lot of music.
Sure.
And then I keep listening to that until I like kill it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm like, oh, I'm bad at music.
Yeah.
And everything sucks.
Yeah, these patterns are so hard to break.
It is. It's great when you're aware of it too and then you continue to do that.
Totally. Okay, well now I'm like trying to find people that hopefully people don't know. Okay, so an artist that I recently found out about, Slim Dan.
Oh my God, Problem Solver?
Insane.
Awesome song.
Like he scratches such an itch in my brain for like the music he makes. So good.
Isn't there one? It's like Drunk on Accutane or something? Yeah.
Crazy. So
Great.
crazy.
Just an awesome title in general.
Yeah. I love his whole vibe.
I always suggest this to people, but do you listen to Medium Build at all?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
He's amazing. And he actually, I worked with this producer last time I was here, and he told me about Slim Dan, and I'd like heard about Medium Build, but he's like friends with him and showed me a track, and I was like, oh wow, like he put me onto 2 artists that day. Yeah, Medium Build is amazing.
I was gonna say if you don't listen to him, it was gonna change your life.
Yeah, I love his music.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there was this band that I recently found called like Ovlov. Somebody's probably.
Yeah.
I did not realize that they've been a band for like 15 years.
Have they?
I think so.
News to me.
I think so. So I was like thinking I found this new band, and I was like, oh, I'm not telling anybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe that counts. But I think they're like 15 years old. So.
I think they like just released a new.
Okay, maybe
thing.
that's what it is.
That's the one. Like Strokes.
Yes.
Is one of the songs. Yeah.
Yes, they're super sick.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah.
Okay, I definitely have recommendations for you based off of that band. Then
Please.
I'll think on it.
Please, yeah.
But
I need new recommendations.
This is what I'm here for.
Okay, thanks.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited to listen to the new music.
Thank
now.
you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
And enjoy your time in the beautiful city
Thank
of
you.
LA.
I will try.
Try your hardest.
I will try. Yeah.
Well, once again, this is Ones to Watch Chef's Choice. I'm Abby Kenna, joined by Jack Boyd. Yep. Bye.